Dudes, that sun is bright. Goodness gracious, not a cloud in the sky. I love it. But welcome back, y'all. We've come back to the bumper being off, right? We saw that part. The bumper came off because we can't get to the snowplow. Well, now the bumper's off. We have access to all the bolts on the plow, so we can get that ripped off. And I got me some Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde spray. You know, make the ugly bad good. Hideable, we'll call it. So after the snowplow, and maybe we get the bumper back on, still got the old turn signal switch to do, which that's going to be a process and a half. But it's inside the cab, so that'd be fine. I did get new brackets from LMC Truck to replace the ones that I did the cuttings on. So got new guys, which will be nice. And I also got new bolts because I broke the last ones. So black oxidized flange bolts already. This will be nice and pretty. And then the other ones that are back there, hopefully they don't break, but maybe we'll hit them with some. So we'll make them new again, but we ain't too worried about that. We're gonna get this off. It's gonna be nice, pretty. We'll go ahead and give y'all a little update on the hitch that we painted last time, just to see how the old rattle can bed liner worked out. And I'd say it has turned out really, really good. Nice and flat all the way across. There is some spot where I didn't let the bed liner set before I set it on the wood, so I'm gonna go over with one more coat there. But otherwise, this hitch turned out, you know, freaking perfect for the Rust-Oleum bed liner in the can. I'd say that was a win. It's gonna look much nicer than, you know, what was back here previously. But all right, y'all, that that snowplow ain't gonna get it off itself, but ain't nothing to it but to do it. So let's get into it. Exactly the method I wanted to take, but we'll do. There she goes, baby. Yes. Holy mackerel. Whoo! Alright, y'all, we finally got it off. And let me tell you, out of, let's see, there was 8 bolts in total. I snapped one. I thought I was going to snap this last one, but y'all see it finally came off on its own. I went to go pick up this sucker, and let me tell you, it is every bit of 80 to 90 pounds. It's about like another one of me, give or take a shower. But yeah, let me just give this a go for you. She's pretty beefy. I would probably compare it to like a little bit more than a trailer hitch, if I had to guess. But definitely glad to have this off. It's gonna look so much better once the bumper's up there and not seeing all the Dewsmos hanging off of her. I'll give y'all a little close-up so y'all see where the rust is and kind of how she be looking. But I think it's a lot better shape than what I originally thought. Let's go ahead and take a peek. All right, y'all, so snowplow's off. Here's where the right side is. You can see this side's pretty nasty as far as rust goes, but honestly, it really stops right wherever the old snowplow was. This was back when GM did a little bit better on the undercoating, as in we just have us an oil leak, and that's where she sat and protected my frame. Same with kind of the other side. I think this side's in a little bit better shape. By a little bit better, I mean a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna knock these guys off first. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some wire wheel brushes, or I have nylon thread brushes that can go on my drill. I'm gonna scrape off a good bit of that. Be careful around my brakes, but I'm still gonna hurry up a little bit. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put down my Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde spray. And then we'll get her all dolled up and pretty like. We'll hop right back into the project after I move that weight, 100 pounds, to the backyard. Yeah. Alright guys, y'all saw we already knocked off a lot of the rust in the front. What little bit that was there, I will say, kind of where the snowplow was, there was a pretty good buildup. I mean chunky bits of rust. So I busted out my stainless steel wire brush with the grinder. We really knocked it off. The nylon brushes did okay on the insides of the channels and kind of where there wasn't a whole lot of rust. But we did get it pretty well cleaned up, as y'all saw. It's not perfect, but that's hopefully what the rust reformer is going to be for. So we're going to get my Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde spray ready. I'm also going to do a little bit of cleaning, because y'all saw there was a lot of dust and debris that was coming up from the grinder. So that's not good for any kind of paint, and I'm sure it's not good for any kind of reformer. So we're going to go ahead and clean it up, make sure all my surfaces are pretty much prepped, so that way all my stuff can sit on there nice and right. Just so you know, we are using the Rust-Oleum rust reformer. Instantly converts rust. Watch it say it needs a 30-minute rest. Let's see, old directions, 50 to 90. I think it's about 62 outside, so we're good. Let's see, allowed to dry for 24 hours. Well, that's not instant now, is it? We're probably not going to do that. So, let's do it the old James way. We'll get her done real quick. Alright guys, we just got the front end, I say the front end, just the front half where the bumper is. We just hit it with some rust reformer, and I think we're going to let it cook for a little while, make sure everything does what it needs to. I'm sure there's some kind of chemical reaction that's got to happen. But right now, I ain't going to lie, it looks like I just hit it with some black paint. Maybe that's how they get you. Maybe it's just black paint and they say rust reformer. Anyway, we're going to let this cook for a little while. I think I might jump right into doing the turn signal switch while this cooks. I am going to come back and hit this with some black paint just as another top coat. They do say that this is a protected. This is a paintable surface after the reformer, so you shouldn't need to do a priming coat. And I'm not going to because I ain't got primer. So we're just going to hit it with some black paint, see what happens. But like I said, y'all, I'm going to jump into doing the turn signals switch real quick. We're going to let this cook, and then we'll come back out and put a top layer of paint. We'll slap the bumper back on and see how it looks without the snowplow for once. Let's get back into it again. So since there's a nice big hole there, I think I might just be able to go ahead and take this bit off and run the wiring up through. Or I know I can definitely get it out with the old cutters, but that won't help me with the new one unless I plan on soldering that many lines, and I don't think I want to do all that. So I'm gonna tie a string to it, get it all taped up. We're going to try to yank it through and just see what happens, if it's going to participate or not. Then we'll find out if we have to tear out all of this and all the little springs and all the fun stuff that goes with it. So we're going to see if we can skip a step.
They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Swatting all black like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with, oh. I ain't make it this far for myself, yeah. I had to prove to everybody else, I had to set them straight, yeah. I had to borrow They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. Ooh, yeah, why they wanna bring me down? So much drip, yeah, I almost drowned in it. I can't come it down, yeah, I'm way too fired up. I can't slow it down. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I see the flashing lights, make sure the fashion right, yeah. I'm in my bag tonight, yeah. Ooh, I might just pull up before it. Watch out, the engine is roaring. It's too loud, you can ignore it. Yeah, yeah. This that high life for the few. You get to have it all, no need to choose. First, let me demonstrate how you can rise to the top. Yeah, I had to elevate, 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 elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate.
They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah.
We got in our new turn signal lever. Steering wheel is flipped around to its appropriate side. Left works. And right works. Oh, that's so nice. High beams will still work. Once I connect the battery, I'll get to make sure that all the wipers and everything is doing what they're doing, because I don't know what that one tab did inside of this lever switch. So we'll figure that out. So what all leaves left? Let's see. We still have to put on this bumper. That shouldn't take too long. This is after a couple hours of that rust reform sitting though. And gosh, dog, man, that looks good. Granted, like I said, this all could just be black paint that they put in a can. But who knows? Maybe not. Let's have some faith. Dudes, we finally got everything cleaned up and out of the way, and the snowplow is finally off, and goodness gracious, does that look good. Whew. Now, I don't feel like it should have taken all day to take off a snowplow, but it did. Granted, it looks a lot better, and we also got the turn signal switch and lever replaced. You can finally read the lever. And I have working turn signals now, which is pretty important, even though people here in Florida, we don't seem to use them anyway. But yeah, so go ahead and get y'all a little quick look underneath, look at all the rust reformed bits, and we'll end this off. So y'all can see all the rust reformer, where we sprayed and where we didn't, and I'll say it did a dang good job. I mean, that looks really, really good. That part right there is just glossy. I did end up hitting it with another coat of black spray paint on the outside. I probably should hit those bolts a little bit better on the rust reformer, but yeah, it has turned out, it's turned out really, really good. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I definitely appreciate y'all watching, and I hope to see y'all again on the next one.